Hi, welcome back to Garden Obsessed. My name is Carla and I have another seed haul for you today. I'm trying very hard not to buy all the seeds. I don't really need any, but I can't help myself totally, especially when I come across some things that are different or new, and especially when they are like a local seed company. So I actually have two mini hauls from two different seed companies that are both in Atlantic Canada. One of these companies is also in Nova Scotia. They're about an hour away from me, or 2 hours away from me, sorry. And the other company is in Newfoundland. They are often found in stores in the springtime on, the rack displays and stuff. But they had some interesting things that I wanted to make sure I got. So I will start with the Nova Scotia company. It is Revival Seeds. I've ordered from them before. I love them. I love their website. I love that they tell the origin of pretty much every seed that they sell. They grow everything, and pretty much everything on their website has some kind of a personal story, which is just kind of neat. The first thing I got may not sound that interesting. It's orange bell pepper. It's one that they grow and is quite prolific, and orange bell peppers is not something that I've grown the last couple years and don't know. I wasn't sure if I had any seeds or not. I could have just looked, but they caught me with this one when they said it was prolific, and they're not that far away, so they're likely to do well in our climate. So that is the first thing. The next thing I got was a bull-nosed sweet pepper. I've never grown a bull-nosed sweet pepper before, but these are supposed to be very prolific, and they're a little smaller than like a King of the North type bell pepper. And I was hoping that that would maybe mean these would ripen a little earlier. A lot of our bell peppers, I mean, we did get quite a few ripe ones, but I would say at least half. We had to pick green because the season was ending. So if I can get something that will ripen a little sooner, that would be wonderful. I also picked up an early frosty pea. So these are a shelling pea. I've never grown these ones before, but they only get about 2.5 feet high. So you can kind of almost get away without trellising them, or at least just a very low trellis. So I thought these might be a good one to grow at the community garden. We're not supposed to have a lot of tall trellises or anything like that. So I plan to grow these there. Then I got a Cloranthus sweet pea. This one just caught my eye purely from the looks. It's kind of like a citrusy green sweet pea. And I think you can probably use it as greenery in a bouquet because the flower is green. And it just looked interesting. So we'll give that a try along with all of the other sweet peas that I've already picked up. These two things are probably the things I'm most excited for. I really want to up my squash game. We really like squash, and so far I have not been that successful with it. But I've tried to grow it in pots and things, and next year we're gonna put in an in-ground section at home to try to grow some of these things. But I'm also going to try to grow a few at the community garden. This is one of them. So this is silver bell squash. It is like a Hubbard, like a blue Hubbard. And it's not a bush type, but it has very short runners. So I think I'll probably be able to get away growing this at the community garden. We're also not supposed to grow vining things that might impede our neighbors. But I'll make sure I'm careful where I plant it in my plot and keep an eye on it so it doesn't become a bully. And then this is the other thing that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I need to try that. So this is called Mother Mary's Pie Melon. and you can actually use it. I think it said you could replace half of your apples in an apple pie with this melon. It's quite firm and mild, and yeah, can kind of take the place of some of your apples. So we have a couple apple trees here. They're not producing yet. They're still very small. So it might be a while. We might be buying apples for quite some time. So I thought in the meantime, this might be kind of fun to try. So that's it for the first one. Okay, on to the second haul, and this is embarrassing, but I'm sure you can all commiserate with me. I actually put this order in twice. Yeah. So I've received it twice. So I have, hopefully I'm very, you know, going to do well with all of these things, and I'm very excited about them. So, because I'm going to be growing them for the next couple years probably. So the first thing that I got was 2 packages of Early Girl tomato. So this is a hybrid tomato. It's a determinate type. So I plan to grow it at the community garden. I can't, like I said, we're not supposed to have tall trellises, but you know, you can get away with like a tomato cage, and these will grow well in a tomato cage. This tomato is one that is seen extremely commonly in like big box store nurseries and other nurseries in the springtime when you're buying plant starts. So this is one of the very first tomatoes I ever grew. It's just your classic medium-sized red slicing tomato, and it does tend to be one of the first tomatoes that ripens. So I wanted some dependable earlier varieties to grow at the community garden to kind of spread out the tomato season next year. So I got this one, and I also got Celebrity, which is a similar story. It's also a hybrid. I have 2 packs of it now as well. And it's also like a dependable, fairly early tomato. And I will be growing both of these at the community garden this year. The next thing that I got, also 2 packets of, is the Lincoln Homesteader pea. So this is a shelling pea, and this is a bush type as well. It's also about 30 inches, so about 2.5 feet, and says it doesn't need trellising. So we're gonna try this one along with that other one that I picked up at the community garden, and maybe some at home as well. Although peas and beans, I need to figure something out this year. Peas and beans get eaten by deer here at home. At the community garden, we have an electric fence that keeps the deer away from those things, but here at home, they often pick on my poor beans and peas, often just as they're almost ready to harvest. So that can be frustrating. So this year we might have to figure out some kind of a fencing type situation, or I don't really want to spray our produce. There's like, you know, repellents and things that you can use, but we might have to figure something out, but I'll probably plant some of those at home as well. The next thing I got was some Walla Walla onion seeds, and I have 2 of those too. I had mildly better success this year with onions than typical. And I thought, okay, Walla Walla is a common one. It's not like the greatest storage onion in the world, but it's certainly one that will store for a few months, and I can also chop them up and freeze them and have bags ready in the freezer. So I was frustrated at how annoying my little onions are to, you know, peel and chop. They're so little. It's just easier to deal with a bigger onion. So I thought I would give these ones a try this year. I'll bring you along with me. I'm sure it won't go to plan, but onions are one of those things I just can't seem to nail. But we will give these a try. Now, the last thing that I got is the thing I am most excited about. I have never tried growing this. I don't know anyone that has tried, like personally, that has tried to grow them, but I know people do grow them, and I know they grow them in similar zones to me. Like if they can grow these things in Newfoundland, surely I can get them to grow here in Nova Scotia. I also know sometimes it attracts rodents and you get more rodent pressure than normal, a lot of voles and mice and things. But no guts, no glory, so we're going to give it a try. It's peanuts. How cool is this? I can't wait to try these. I'm actually kind of glad that I accidentally ordered 2 of these because it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of seeds in here. And actually I'm gonna open one because I just want to see, like, does it just look like a peanut? Like I could just eat the peanut? I don't know. Throw a little salt on there. Be the most expensive. Yeah, totally. That's totally what it looks like, guys. They're literally just like shelled peanuts. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride. This just seems fun, and I can't wait for spring. It's gonna be a long haul. What do we got, like 6 months to go here? Super exciting. So those were my 2 little mini hauls. I hope you enjoyed. Already perusing the pages of another seed company and have a few things picked out. Jarrett literally said the other day he's looking for Christmas ideas, and he's like, so you have all the seeds that you need this year, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess technically, but like, you know, I can give you a list if you're looking for ideas. So I'm sure there will be another haul or 2 before we get to, you know, the growing season. I thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back, and I thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.